Right now, we are about to jump into a discussion that is actually very important to us, saving storage on our phones or devices. And in this interview, we are going to be delving into various strategies and tips on how to help you optimize your device, and especially when it comes to your favorite apps, data, and even pictures. And joining us on this conversation, we have Stephen Nasebwede, who is a digital marketing consultant.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
I'm very well.
It's always nice to have you on the show.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
Before we get into it,
Yeah.
this is the best way to watch Voice Factory.
Oh.
Get behind the TV, have your phone in your hand, get on X or Twitter,
Okay.
as we used to call it. Follow Voice Factory and be tweeting, get in the conversation. You have to have a stake in the game.
I like that. I like that.
You have to have a stake in the game.
Yeah.
Tweeting, that's where the banter happens.
Yes. Actually, it's true. That's where the banter happens. And of course, the hashtag for that is Voice Factory.
Yeah.
Voice Factory.
Jump onto it.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's get into this.
Okay.
One of the biggest challenges that we all often have is we try to save things onto our phones or our device, our tablets, and we can't because we've already got too much saved there already. Storage is where you save your data. And data here means music, files, pictures, videos, and all those things. We keep downloading them and even apps that we don't use. So today we're going to go through how we can save space on our phones so that the phones can run faster. We can be able to use them the way that we want to. I think we'll watch this video. We'll take us through some tips, some demonstration. Then we'll come back, starting with Android phones.
All right.
Let's take a look at that.
Now, I hate it when my phone runs out of storage, and you probably do as well. The obvious solution is to expand it via the microSD card slot. But what if your phone doesn't have one? So when you're running low on storage on your phone, the obvious solution is to reach for a microSD card. Many phones support it these days, but not all Android phones do. As you can see here, the phone I've got, it supports dual SIM, but there's no support for a microSD card slot. So in this situation, especially if you have maybe 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage, there are a few other software tricks you can use to increase your storage capacity and stop you running close to capacity. Okay, so your first option here is to use Google Photos. Now everyone, whether you pay for it or not, will get 15 gigabytes of storage for free, although that's combined with Google Drive and Gmail. So it makes sense if you take a lot of photos to get them automatically to back up in Google Photos, and it means you can delete them from the internal storage on your device. So the first step is to download Google Photos if you haven't already. So you just head to the Play Store, type in Google Photos, and install it. Okay, so once the app is installed, you're just going to tap Open, tap Allow here, and you're going to want to tap on Turn On Backup, which means it will do it automatically in the background. Here you have a choice between original quality and storage saver. Obviously with the storage saver it means you can store more photos, but they are compressed more compared to the original quality. I'm going to go with original quality here. Skip through these tips and tricks. You'll see it says Google Photos setting up your photo library, and if you tap your icon up here, you'll see it says backup is on, getting ready to backup. So that will back up all of your photos that are on your device, and then any new ones, once it detects an internet connection, it will back them up automatically in the background. So your next option is to use Google Drive, which is pre-installed on most Android phones. As I mentioned before, all free users get the 15 gigabytes shared with Google Photos and Gmail, but it makes it a really good option if you want to just upload some of those big files into the cloud and not have to worry about them clogging up your device. So just locate the Google Drive app. You'll see it loads some of your suggested files here. To add anything new, you're just going to tap the plus icon, go to Upload, and then you'll see a selection of all your files. This will look slightly different depending on which Android phone you use, but you can scroll across here. You can actually upload directly from Google Photos if you want, from your phone gallery or the file manager. And then you can select something like large files and things like that. So you've got lots of options here to upload.
All right, so that's interesting. We have Google Photos, we have Google Drive, all that different options of putting things up on the cloud as opposed to keeping them on your phone.
On your phone. The good thing about this is, like you said, means you don't lose the phone, pictures. You don't lose the files, because if you delete them and you haven't backed them up onto the cloud, then it means you've lost them forever.
Lost them forever, yeah.
But when you put them there, then it means when you need them, you just need internet access, then you can access them. So it's free, it frees a lot of space. The caveat that I'll need to put here is that you need to make sure that your password for your Google accounts is safe. Otherwise, if anybody gets access to your Google Drive or your Google Photos, they could get all those photos and use them. We've heard so many stories about people getting blackmailed or whatever.
Your private pictures
your
are
private
all
pictures
out
and things will be
But,
out there.
but how safe are these clouds? Because last time there was actually a headline on the news that iCloud was actually hacked, and a lot of celebrity pictures and informations were out there.
They are safe as they can be. The challenge is that all these hackers are always trying to be a step ahead of the developers. So you also need to protect yourself, like you said. Keep changing your password. Don't access these accounts when you are on insecure Wi-Fi connections, like we discussed
Public
before.
Wi-Fi,
Public Wi-Fi, like hotel lobby and places like that. So just make sure you do that. The other thing, if we had watched all the video, we would have said other things. One other thing that you do for Android users is you have what we call Google Play. Not the Play Store, but Google Play. Plays all your videos and all your music and all that. So you can go in there, and if you go into that, you can delete the videos that you've watched, because when they are cached there.
Oh, okay.
So you can delete them. You know, sometimes when you're watching some of these videos, a version is downloaded onto your system. So once you finish watching it, you don't really need it. So you can go there and free that space, for example. That's a very, very good one. There's also, a way that, for people who don't want to, like they said, the Google gives you 15 gig free. But if you want, you can buy more space. Some people may not want that. But these days, most people have an external hard drive, which is about like 1 terabyte or whatever. You can connect it to your laptop or whatever, and then you sync. So you download your phone's data, the ones you don't want, videos and pictures and stuff, onto your laptop, and then you save them onto your external hard drive, so you still have access to them.
All right, so let's talk about cleaning apps that clean up your junk. Like sometimes you have duplicates of some data, especially pictures and even music that you haven't opened in a long time, or apps that you haven't used in a long time. There are cleaning apps that help you just, you know, do that, just take it up. How safe are these cleaning apps too?
Most of them are pretty safe. Like one that I use called Kleenex, for example, is very safe. The challenge is that you still have to go through the manual. So we'll highlight the duplicates, highlight all those things that you can use. So you need to go through it. Now, if you're using a free version, then it means they'll be running ads and things on here. And sometimes, if you're not careful, you go and click on something, before you know it, people are spamming you. These things are not totally free. You get them free, but the only way they make money is by sharing your data with the some people, so they can like target you for ads and things like that. So you need to be careful when you're using them. If you can afford it, just pay a little bit. Sometimes like $5 a month or whatever. It's not a lot.
Well, talking about $5 a month, so what do you also think about buying cloud storage, like maybe Google
it's the same thing.
iCloud?
It's the same thing. So buy the storage, and I some of my friends, for example, they never save anything onto their MacBook. It's always every file is saved in the cloud. Yeah.
That's a lot of trust, though. You know. It's like you must really trust.
It is.
The system.
No, but you see, one thing I like about the cloud is when the phone gets lost, or when you're no more using the phone, and you still buy the same model of phone, or even maybe just go to the cloud, it's always there.
Everything is, I haven't lost any contact for 12 years.
Yeah.
Every contact I've had from 12 years ago, maybe more, maybe about 13 years.
Yeah, me too.
I still have, because I started using, the cloud to back up my contacts. That far back. And it's like, that's it. So it's not like store on SIM card. No, because the SIM card can be damaged, all those things.
Or can get full.
So you store on the cloud and it's endless.
Let's go and talk about, those of us who use iPhones as well.
Okay.
What people don't know is that sometimes you can back up your phone onto your MacBook. for example.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
So if you do that, then it means you can free some space onto this. So you're not buying anything, it's not in the cloud. This one is physical, you have it there. But same way, we've talked about iCloud already, you can do that. The other thing with iPhones also is that you can go into your storage, go into your settings, go to storage, and then go into device storage. We'll highlight all the apps that are using
a lot of
music.
space,
So you can look at it. The challenge a lot of us have is that these days we all use WhatsApp, Telegram, emails. We get a lot of files during the day. You're talking to people, say, oh, send me the document via WhatsApp. We download it and it's in our system.
And especially if you're in groups.
In groups and things like that. So what you need to do is make sure that any file that you need, let's say it's a work file, I'll send to you here. Those of us on iOS, you just hotspot it onto your MacBook. So you save it onto your MacBook. Then you can delete a copy on your, device, on your phone. But that feature I just talked about, we're going to watch a video in a minute. It will show you. You can go there and see all the ones. So you can, for example, on WhatsApp, delete all the big files and free a lot of space. Let's watch this video. All right.
I want to show you exactly how to free up space on your iPhone. So if you're running out of space on your iPhone, this is going to be the exact step-by-step process of freeing up more storage. And I should mention this same process works on freeing space on iPad as well, and it works for pretty much every iPhone. It's been the same for a long time, and I'm sure it's going to be the same in the near future. For step one, open the Settings app on your iPhone, click your profile picture right on top, and then click iCloud first. Now, this is what's on your iCloud, okay? So what we need to do first is we need to back up what's on our physical phone onto iCloud, just in case we delete something later, it's going to be backed up on iCloud. Now, this is not required, but it's just a safe step to take. So what I recommend you do here is go to iCloud Backup right here and make sure you press Backup Now. So as long as you press Backup Now and then you delete anything else in this process, you could always get it back from iCloud, which is not stored on this phone. Now, in some cases, your iCloud might be full too. So you could go ahead and manage the storage of your iCloud here, and you could change your storage plan. So if you need to upgrade, they have plans for as little as 99 cents. And you could also remove things from iCloud here to make storage on iCloud. I have a different iCloud video though. This is just for the physical phone. So make sure you do that as step one. Now for step two, let's free up storage on our iPhone. So let's go to settings here, but this time go down to the general section and click on iPhone storage. Now, this is what's physically on this iPhone. iCloud is what's on the iCloud backup, which is kind of cloud storage, not physically on your device right now. If you look up here, it's going to show you your total space. So the second number is your total space. The first number is the amount of space that is taken up right now by the things on your phone. And you may have some suggested options over here from Apple that I've already exited out of. Now, in most cases, as you look through all the different things that are taking up space, usually for most people, photo is number one and messages is number two. So in the second step, I want to show you how to get rid of photos here from your physical phone and back them up in a way where they don't take up space. And that will give me back 45 gigabytes, which is a lot of space here. So how do we do that? Well, two options. We could use iCloud again. So let's go back to that menu. Again, from the settings menu, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go back to iCloud. And I want to make sure over here where it says photos, I could go over here and make sure photos is turned on and backed up to iCloud. So then I could actually remove them from my phone. Another option you have is in the App Store, and it's a pretty small app called Google Photos. So you could search for Google Photos. And with Google...
Right, so we just watched the video on how to save storage when it comes to iOS users.
Yes, and like it was just, saying the Google Photos works with iOS as well. Same as Google Drive. So you've got that. Just to round up, the key thing to remember is that on your phone, you often find things you don't really need. And whenever, let's say you go to an event, you take pictures, when you come back, go through the pictures, see, do I really want to keep all this? Some of that are blurred, all sorts. You don't need them. So delete those ones, okay? Plus, when people send you files, documents that you need, transfer them onto your laptop or onto your MacBook. Then you free space here. The third thing is that some of us also download apps to use to try also, and we'll never use them again. Like, I'll give myself as an example. Every time I need to try an app for a client or whatever, it's not an app I need, or even for this program, I download the app so I can understand the app. I don't need it anymore.
Okay.
Try and delete that app.
Delete them. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it now. I have several apps that I haven't touched in 6 months.
Yes.
It means I don't need it.
Yeah.
So
So these are just basic ways we can all do this to free space on our phones, so we can. Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nase. People get in touch with you if you want to. You want your advice and help. How do you get in touch with you?
At Nase on X.
At Nase.
Sounds strange.
I know, right? Yeah. So used to saying Twitter. Yeah. So at Nase on